Great day. I pray everyone is well. I just want to get on here and be productive and try to put more videos out there for my followers. Um, my last video, I had a guy come on and say, I guess he was expecting more of me. I just want to do this video to let people know I'm just a regular person. I've never had any training on videos or whatnot. I really want to just get on here and find a platform to express how I feel about some things that were going on in my life. And my way of giving back is to make these videos to help other people who are going through similar things. I know, especially amongst the Black community, being a target individual is pretty much, I never heard of it until I started researching about what was going on with me and why I was being followed and why certain things, and I was getting harassed by people when I went certain places. And I am very much an introvert. Just by nature, I stay to myself. And I noticed these patterns. I started noticing it when I was living in Orlando. It had to be around 2012. And the first time I noticed it was being followed by, it was a sports car. I know it was an expensive car, but we would drive to Daytona. I would take my kids to the beach because Daytona was, back then, was still, I don't know currently, you could drive on the beach and you could park on the beach. So me and my children would drive to Orlando on the beach. And I noticed on my way back, this guy just was following me. I don't care if I got all the way over in the slow lane or if I accelerated, he just stayed behind me and was tailgating. That was my first time like really paying attention. Not that it hadn't happened before, but it was just a numerous of things that were happening in Orlando that made me like something's going on. I even had a guy who followed me one morning when I was taking my daughter to school. And it was just certain things, just going certain places, get out the car, and we constantly bumping the horn at me. Coming from the gym a few times, I had people pull up on the side of me and just cursing me out for no reason. And so I started watching videos just about what was going on in my life. And that's how I found out about target individuals. I don't really can honestly say how long it has been going on in my life. But when I look back, I feel like it's been going on since I was a child. And just some strange situations with my parents and family. So I joined in this movement because I felt like, not necessarily because I was going through the same thing. Like I've stated in some of my other videos, I've never heard any voices in my head. But I know like the patterns, just being followed. When you're in a parking lot, you can get there, but when you come back, you're surrounded by certain colored cars. I would have cars just sit and park until I leave, and then they would pull out on me. Strange phone calls. When I was in Tallahassee, I had my phone hacked into, and through my phone, they were able to get into my bank account. It was just a series of things, just being approached by certain people. Everywhere I've gone, I've always been approached and attracted Freemasons. I don't know why, because I don't agree with the movement at all. I have several family members that are involved, but I've never been involved. I'm not against any private organizations that are for the betterment of themselves. But I just speculate on situations that I feel like could have gotten me targeted because, like I say, I'm just a regular citizen. I'm not involved in anything. When I was younger, I did do a little protesting and wrote up some articles. Maybe that was it. I'm not sure what made me, what was a red flag for someone to say, oh, she's a good candidate. I'm very much not a follower. Maybe that's it. And I do stand for right. I mean, I've always said, not saying I'm perfect, but I do stand for right. And I make these videos because I said, and it's stated in some of my other videos, I'm not going to let this drive me crazy. I really feel like a part of overcoming being a targeted individual is knowledge. Knowledge is power. And if I know that it's someone that's trying to target me, drive me crazy, or get under my skin, try to make me lose it, stress me out as far as health-wise, I do everything to counteract that. I'm never going to feel powerless against anything, and no one should make you feel powerless. And I see a lot of videos on here where people, I'm a member of a couple of Facebook groups for targeted individuals, and they really just give up on life, and they just give up and say, I'm not going to fight, I'm not going to do anything, and I'm just going to be a victim. And I speak against that. I mean, if you know you're being targeted and half of the battle is knowing what's going on with you, you could do things to counteract that. Take better. Don't just lock yourself away from the world. But even if, like me, I am a homebody because of the situation, but I will go out and try to do things in life. I know I'm going to be approached sometimes, and I just learn self-mastery and controlling my emotions. I might not can control what's going on with me, but I can control how I react to it. That is my number one thing to other target individuals, is to control how you respond to it. If you know they're going to target you when you're driving, be prepared for that every day. Be prepared. Take control of your mind. If they're targeting you with different kind of weapons that are making you sick or weighing down on your body, it's natural remedies that counteract that. If you're into healing stones, which I am, if you're into meditation, I just encourage people to take back control of your life. Work out, write, meditate, pray. Find someone you can trust that you could talk to this about. Fortunately, I have my children. And I just want people to don't crawl in a hole and die. Fight. Get on YouTube. Get on Facebook and tell your story. It might be, it's 8 billion people in the world, and 7 billion something might think you're crazy, but it's going to be a few who are going through this, who are going to believe you and encourage you. Don't stop living. Fight. That's always going to be my testimony. Fight for your life. If that's all you have is your life. Take control of your emotions when they're targeting you and they're trying to get your attention. Trust me, I'm a Virgo. I will ignore the heck out of anybody. I don't have to engage. And like they say, the young people say, don't care or don't give a F. I mean, it's really that. Not caring that. If you're a spiritual person, return the sender and keep it pushing. Read up on it, study on it, build a platform where you could tell your story. That's the only way we're going to combat this, is by taking care of ourselves the best way we can and tell your story and spread the word. That's the only way. I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. I'm not anything special. I'm just here because I'm a part of this for some reason. And I wanted to encourage other people that you can still live a life. I don't know how much of a normal life, but you don't have to lay down and just feel like they're killing you. They're doing all these things. You can fight, and your fighting is by controlling how you deal with the situation, how you perceive the situation, and how you take care of yourself. And that's my word to the day. I appreciate and I love you guys. And once again, tell your story. Peace and blessings.